So glad you could join us as we look at God's Word. Now remember, in John chapter 1, we're pretty much in the introduction. John's saying, this is what I'm going to tell you, But one of the things that he's really nailing down is that John the Baptist, who John the Baptist was, and especially he was not the Christ. And yet, when he was baptizing at the Jordan River, there were a lot of opinions about him, and one of them was that he was the Messiah. And then others believed that maybe he was Elijah, because you remember Elijah didn't die, God just took him up. And then some believed that he was the prophet. The prophet was mentioned in Deuteronomy chapter 18, where Moses said, God will raise up another prophet like me, and you need to follow him, and if you don't, it's going to cost you. And they thought that the prophet mentioned in Deuteronomy 18 was different from the Messiah. But you get to Acts chapter 3, starting with verse 33, and the Apostle Peter used that particular passage in Deuteronomy 18 to say that was Jesus. So they thought that Jesus was not the prophet of Deuteronomy 18, and Peter said, well, yeah, he was. Okay, so we've got some Pharisees sending some priests to John the Baptist at the river, and they're saying, we want to know who you are. Who are you? Are you the Christ? No. Are you Elijah? No. Are you the prophet? No. Well, then who are you? So here we go. Here's the passage. This is the testimony of John. When the Jews sent to him priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, I'm not the Christ. They asked him, what then? Are you Elijah? And he said, I am not. Are you the prophet? From Deuteronomy 18. He answered, no. Then they said to him, well, who are you, so we can give an answer to those who sent us? What do you say about yourself? He said, I am a voice of one crying in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord, as Isaiah the prophet said. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 3. A voice is calling, clear the way for the Lord in the wilderness, make smooth in the desert a highway for our God. Now, Isaiah 40 starts out with Isaiah saying, comfort my people. God has given her double for the sins that she's committed. In other words, good days are coming. Gospel days are coming. And then, like verse 3 of chapter 40, there's a voice calling, make the way for the Lord. Here he comes. Now, they didn't understand that he was coming on a mission to give his life for the sins of the world. They didn't understand that there was a first coming and a second coming. And so to them it was, God's going to come and he's going to avenge us of our enemies. Well, actually, in Isaiah chapter 40, it's about the first coming. Yeah. And John the Baptist is preparing the way for the Lord, the Messiah, who he predated by 5 months, earthly wise, but didn't predate in eternity, because the great I Am took on flesh and came on a mission. And by the way, on the cross he said, it is finished. Mission accomplished. Have a great day.